Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I've had my 2017 Toyota Sienta non-hybrid for 4 months now, and I thought it was time for a proper review. I work in Nairobi CBD, so it's been my daily drive about 16 kilometers to Nairobi, so that's 32 kilometers daily total. I've also done a few road trips, highway driving and a bit of off-roading, so I've got a pretty good feel for this Sienta. If you're considering buying a Sienta or just curious about what it's like to own one, then stick around. We'll talk about the exterior and interior and how practical the car is, the driving experience and performance, reliability, fuel consumption, the price, the ground clearance, and finally, the pros and cons. This review covers the Toyota Sienta year 2015 to year 2018, as they are largely similar with gradual improvements made over the years. Sienta is a Toyota multipurpose vehicle with sliding doors. It is smaller than the Toyota Noah and the Voxy, which I had thought of buying, the Toyota Noah and Voxy, but considering their size and their high consumption of fuel, for a car being used as a daily drive to Nairobi with its traffic jams, I opted to buy the Sienta instead. The Sienta's popularity in Kenyan market has grown largely because of its versatility, durability, and good fuel economy. And I'm beginning to see more and more Toyota Sientas, the new shape on the Kenyan roads now, which is a good thing. In its category, the Sienta competes with the Honda Freed and Honda Fit Shuttle. For number one, let's talk about the exterior and interior and how practical the car is. Let's start with the exterior. The Sienta definitely has a distinctive look. Some love it, some hate it. It's love and hate in equal measures, but it certainly stands out. And more importantly, it's incredibly practical for me. A car being practical and serving my needs without stressing me financially, that comes number one before the looks. The sliding doors are really practical, especially in tight parking spaces. Getting in and out is easy, even for passengers in the third row. One thing that really surprises me is the space inside the car. This Sienta offers surprisingly good space for a car of its size. The third row is best suited for kids or shorter adults, but it's there for you when you need it. And when you don't need the car to be a 7-seater, you can fold down the third row seats to create a massive boot area. Really big boot space that can fit a big fridge comfortably. For the Sienta to be able to switch from a 7-seater to being able to have a large boot space, that's what I call practical. As a first-time car buyer, you may have the fear I had of getting scammed or being sold a faulty car, not knowing what to check and where, knowing the liquids in the engine, their colors and what each color indicates, knowing the car's auction grades, checking if the car I wanted to buy has been involved in an accident or not, checking all import documents to ensure that the car is clean and its import duty to KRA has been paid. All this can be overwhelming. That's why I've compiled a first-time car buyer's guide with over 100 points and pictures of everything you need to know to successfully purchase your first car without losing money or getting conned or buying a car that will waste your time in the garage time and time again. It's the guide I used to purchase this Toyota Sienta. Check the link in the video's description to purchase the booklet. On the interior features, inside, the Sienta is functional and well laid out. It's simple, it's functional. The dashboard is simple and easy to use with all essential controls within reach. My model has a few features such as a keyless entry, push to start, double power doors, automatic start stop system, traction control and more. The seats are comfortable enough for everyday driving. I'm using an aftermarket infotainment system which is very nice and easy to use. I'm also using an under-seat car subwoofer, as you can see. Here's the company name. I'll review the infotainment system and the under-seat subwoofer on another video. Storage space is another strong point. There are plenty of QBs, cup holders, and storage compartments throughout the car, which is great for keeping things organized. Every row has its own cup holders, even the third row, which is really good for keeping things organized and avoiding drink spillage inside the car. Now let's talk about how it drives. My Sienta has a 1.5 liter 2NR FKE petrol engine. It's not a sports car by any means, but it has enough power for city driving, cruising on the highway, and occasional off-road driving. Acceleration is pretty decent, and the handling is quick, light, and responsive. You don't struggle to drive this car. That sums up the driving experience. Fuel economy has been pretty good for the last 4 months I've had this car. I've been averaging around 16 to 17 kilometers per liter in the morning, around 6:30 a.m. while heading to Nairobi when there's light traffic. In the evening, When there's heavy traffic, it's usually 14 to 15 kilometers per liter. On highway cruising or when there is totally no traffic, I do 18 to 20 kilometers per liter. Of course, this heavily varies depending on driving style, the condition of the car, but overall, I'm happy with the fuel efficiency. I'll do another video on fuel consumption on the Sienta and how many times I fuel per month and at how much in exact Kenya shillings figures, so look out for that video. Now let's talk about reliability. Whenever you do enough due diligence and buy a foreign used car or a second-hand car that is in very good condition, I mean the 3.5 for 4 and up auction grade cars, then you meticulously take care of it without saving cost or cutting corners, you'll rarely have any issues with the car. In the 4 months I've owned this Sienta, I haven't had any issue at all, 0 issues. It's been reliable and dependable, just like what you'd expect from a Toyota. Sienta 2017 is a very low maintenance car. And the next one is ground clearance. Originally, the Toyota Sienta comes equipped with the 15-inch or 16-inch tires, which when paired with the factory coil springs, provide very low ground clearance for Kenyan roads and speed bumps, or just the African roads. Fortunately, my Sienta came with 17-inch rims and 17-inch low-profile tires, as you can see, which already offered better ground clearance. However, since I plan on using this car for the long term, I decided to remove the factory coil springs and add heavy-duty coil springs, which further increase the ground clearance and will prevent the car from sagging when I carry heavy loads with the car. However, be careful not to raise the car suspension height too high, as excessive lift can negatively affect the vehicle's center of gravity, its handling and stability, and especially at high speeds, increasing the risk of tipping over. As you can see, the ground clearance on this Sienta, on my Sienta, is just enough. It's not too low, neither is it too high. And now the price, depending on the condition of the car, the auction grade, where you're buying the car from, the trim of the car, if it's a G, X, hybrid or non-hybrid, the accessories that come with the car, the year of manufacture, the price of the Toyota Sienta new shape from 2015 to 2018 ranges from lowest I checked is 1M and the highest I got was 1.7M. And now to the pros and cons. And the first pro is it's a very practical car. If you just need a practical car, then this is it. There's no debate about that. It has very spacious interior, the sliding doors, of course, the good fuel economy. It's super reliable, and as a first-time car buyer, you can have peace buying this car. And now to the cons. I could not come up with something that I don't like about this car. I love everything about it and how simple it is. But to some people, the looks are, the number one thing is the looks. The looks are not the best for some people, but hey, we all have different tastes. So to some people it's good, some people it's not. So that's number one. And number two is the ground clearance. When you initially buy it, the ground clearance is low for our cities and our bumps and our roads. But at least for the ground clearance, it's something that you can work on lifting the car and you'll be able to clear it. So those are the only ones I was able to come up with. Overall, I'm very happy with my Toyota Sienta. It's practical, it's reliable, and it's fuel efficient. And that's perfect for families or business or carrying light cargo comfortably. If you're looking for a versatile and dependable car, the Toyota Sienta is definitely worth checking out. And also the availability of spare parts. Toyota parts are generally readily available and the prices are just normal, so you won't have to break the bank for the parts. Also remember to check out our car buying guide for the first time car buyers. It's in the video's description. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions about the Sienta, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, to subscribe to my channel for more car reviews and other content. See you in the next one, guys.